Welcome, everybody, to another
Welcome.
beautiful episode of Better Off Better. I'm Jenny.
I'm Chris.
I'm Sam. Welcome. Come on inside. The water's fine.
It's pretty good water.
On this podcast.
Absolutely. Yeah, again, yeah, we got it. What you're referring to, the podcast, obviously, the water in the podcast. And Jenny, I like that you called it beautiful. I think that was really good. I liked the water analogy, Sam. If we're going to look at everything, I think it's good to...
We don't really have to...
analyze everything analytically.
So what is this podcast,
I think
Chris?
the timing was really good on both of your ends, and I really think we brought our A-game on that intro.
I don't care really what you think.
Really good.
I don't mind.
I guess...
That's awesome.
Are you wondering about the show? Well, it's called Better Off Better. Would you like to know what it's about?
I would love to know what it's about.
I feel like in the minds of all our listeners, we're sort of in there, because hopefully they're listening to us with headphones, and we can sort of just burrow right in like a little earwig, and we know what they're thinking. They want to know what Better Off Better is, Chris.
I like to think of myself more as a Q-tip.
Long, skinny, and covered in gunk.
I was gonna, burrowing into the ears
Like
was
a
more so
Q-tip.
what I meant. Okay, you don't even have to describe what I meant, because that's not what I meant. It seemed like you didn't know what I meant, so don't even try to speak for me, ever.
What is the podcast?
Better Off Better. This is our competitive cutthroat journey to self-betterment. Every week we embark on a journey, an adventure to self-improvement. Everything we do is, in theory, supposed to make us better people, because we have loads of room for improvement, as many people do, but especially us. And we're here to determine which things make us better, if any things make us better. Every episode is split up into two parts. Part one, we come at you with the thing we're doing for a week span, whether that's something that's medically backed, scientifically backed, science is on its side, or something totally the opposite of that. Experimental, weird science, practices that people on the internet tell you will make you better. All sorts of funny little things. Look at our backlog, look at our catalog. We've done some crazy trials, if you will. Then part two, we come back with the results, the juicy details from the experience at large. And competitive how, you might say? Well, competitive like this, let me tell you. We end every episode by determining a winner, a champion of the week, and a loser, a Sammy of the week. We vote, we rebuttal, we talk, we argue. It gets pretty brutal, it gets pretty cruel, and it is pretty fun, let me tell you. So stay tuned for that at the end of this episode, but that is Better Off Better in a nutshell. Welcome.
Better Off Better.
And now that you're here listening, you're yourself better off better, might I say. Did you like that? That's new. I threw that in.
I didn't like it.
I improv
personally.
that.
I thought it was really bad.
I didn't
think
dislike
you should never
it.
ever
Well,
say
you're
it
supposed
again.
to, this is terrible, yes-anding. You're supposed to say, yes, I liked it, and
Okay.
you're handsome, or yes,
No.
that's a good joke, Chris, and you're really funny.
All right, how about no, I didn't like it, and let's move on.
Oh, wait. No. Try it one more time. I want to get this, because I did take improv for years. Let's go.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
okay.
I guess I would like you to get better, so I will say it again for the sake of improving you. So now that you're listening, you're better off better. Go ahead.
Yes, and this banana is my son.
Okay,
Little improv skills.
you could say we're getting healthy in the least healthy way possible.
You could definitely say that. That is exactly what we're doing here on our beautiful, famous, lovely show. Better Off Better, baby! What the heck are we doing this week? Sammy.
Oh, great. Sam's explaining something. Am I right?
Oh my god. Friggin' grab the shovel, kid, and dig yourself into a tomb. She just blasted you. You're gonna kill yourself now. She schooled you. That's straight, like, honestly. Yo, kids, come here. This guy just got schooled. Remember the kids who come when you get schooled?
We are going to be watching and listening to a TED Talk every day for a week.
That is exactly what we're gonna be doing. Daily TED Talks, as we're calling it.
Wow, it just rolls off the tongue, Chris. Well done.
You really changed it a lot there. And
I kind of
something.
coined that term. I mean, you guys were saying whatever you were watching a TED Talk every day, but daily TED Talks. Ooh, that flows, huh? That's a title right there. A TED Talk a day, though. They say it keeps the
doctor away.
Well, not the doctor. It probably keeps the stupidity away.
The doctor away.
A TED Talk a day keeps the stupidity away.
Keeps the doctor away.
Okay, mine was better. We'll agree on that.
Doctors hate TED Talks.
Uh-oh, that was somebody clapping because they agreed that mine was better. That's funny. Thank you guys for whoever that was. Hard to tell, but somebody clapped.
It was Chris.
So TED Talks. Are you guys familiar with what TED Talks are? Jenny, explain to me, please. What the heck's a TED Talk?
It's a talk that a person who's smarter than you makes.
Yes.
About something that they're very knowledgeable about.
This is
this
true.
Could be pretty much in any field. They're very fun. They're educational. They're interesting. You get to learn.
Fun can possibly be a stretch, but they are very interesting.
I think that they're fun.
Yeah.
Some of them. If you're watching an interesting, fun one.
Yeah.
Idiot.
I love the one where the guy with the big glasses and he's a little dorky and he talks about how he scammed one of the email scammer guys. I like that one.
That one's really good. That
That's a
one's really, really
classic one.
good.
Chris's mom has rudely entered the studio uninvitedly. Now introducing Anna D.
Anna D!
Anna D!
Anna D!
Anna D! Anna D!
Anna
Anna D! Anna D! Anna D!
Come in!
I haven't finished the other one, but it's a riot when Jenny's headphones fall off.
Huh?
It's a riot when Jenny's headphones fall off in the last one, and you guys call her all those names before she puts the headphones back on.
Yeah.
Very funny.
You like that?
It's very funny.
Hey! What? Tell her we say to come over here.
They said they don't want you to come over here.
No, tell her.
They said they want you to go away. They think you're being too loud and you're disruptive.
Tell her to
Guys,
come
hey,
in
come on. That's my
here.
mom you're talking. Don't. Oh my God. I don't think you can still say that word. Bye, Mom. Mommy's gone. Let's say some fucking swears.
Time for everybody's favorite segment. I'm about to call Chris's mom.
Tits. That's the only one I know. Shit. Oh, shit. Oh, there we go. Sperm. Ovaries. Yo, I heard about ovaries.
But so TED Talks, we're talking TED Talks. Yes, they're a wealth of information in a minimal amount of time. Generally, it's a talk.
Do you think I didn't do a good enough job explaining?
You did a great job. I'm just
think
backing
you did a
you
good
up.
job.
I like to back. I'm like tennis. Woo, boo, boo. Haha. You know tennis, right?
Serve returned?
I don't think you've heard of the same tennis I'm talking about. Anyway, let's just puddle right along. Trot through the pond, if you will. But yeah, so TED Talks, if you've never seen a TED Talk, that's the gist of them. I'm sure somebody in school has forced you to watch a TED Talk, or maybe you've stumbled upon an interesting one. They literally range across, I think, every category possible to know things about.
Yep.
There's I've seen psychology ones. I've seen business ones. I've seen combinations of those two things. I've seen filmmaking. They got everything. They got freaking everything.
There's a good one that Adam Driver does. I didn't watch the whole thing, but he gave good chat, and he's got monster hands.
saw the thumbnail of that and that exists, so maybe that's one that I'll pop on the list. But yeah, so that's the gist. We are literally watching a TED Talk a day, and ideally learn something from it. So it's in a sense learning every day, but by specific means of a TED Talk a day. Keeps the stupidity away, as you know. What an interesting one. Wow,
yeah.
We are so creative. But also, sometimes we're not, because I found someone on the internet that has also done this, who I guess, because she did it 4 years before we're doing it, she coined this. So we will give credit where credit is due to Rosie
O'Donnell.
Leesrowice. Rosie Leesrowice. Maybe that's how you pronounce her name. Either way,
Maybe.
her website
I'll
is
never tell.
RosieLeesrowice.com. Check her out. Wow, she's awesome. We love her. But she did what's called a TED Talk a day. Exactly what we're doing. Let me give you a little excerpt from a blog post she did on this subject. From Rosie. Rosie's words. I started listening to a TED Talk every day a year ago. Since then, I've watched over 150 hours of them. Sometimes I'll watch it as I drink my coffee in the morning or just
Chill,
before
bro.
bed or in the afternoon as I try to stay awake. Some days I listen to more than one, but every day I find between 15 minutes and an hour to hear someone speak. Each of the talks give me access to the knowledge of people I will never have a chance to speak with. They are people I would be lucky to have the chance to ask for advice. To sum it up in short, she says, the reason why I do this, each talk gives me new ideas to absorb. Each one teaches me something. They can be challenging, confusing, infuriating, moving, or anywhere else on the emotional spectrum. If that doesn't sum up...
Infuriating.
I guess, that could be one. Strange word choice to choose on that. But if that doesn't sum it all up beautifully, then I don't know what does. Thank you, Rosie, for giving this backing and thus letting us be able to do this. So, hell yeah, man. A TED Talk a day. It sounds very interesting, especially for the span of time that Rosie did it for.
Yeah.
But we'll
We're
start
only
small.
doing a week, though.
We're doing a week. Listen, we're doing a week, and we're hopefully going to learn some serious TED Talk-related things up in this week.
Move on to our next segment.
Yeah, let's swim right along, Sam. Well done, well said. This one, initial fears.
I'm so afraid.
Initial fears. This is our chance to declare some fears, some things we ain't looking forward to, maybe dreading. This one works more so when we're doing bigger things we're cutting out or whatever, but what about TED Talks every day? You got any fears going into this week?
I have one.
Okay, what you got?
The only issue I have with TED Talks are I feel very condescended to a lot of the times, the specific ones.
I
And
feel that.
I'm not a huge fan of that, but there are some very, very good ones that I remember listening to and walking away from and going, wow, I'm glad I heard that. That was really cool. That was really insightful. But a lot of times I feel like I'm being like looked down on and they're like, well, you've never heard of hug therapy? Let me tell you about it.
But you like to be spanked. I'm just confused because you like to be spanked. Isn't that sort of the same idea?
That's degradation. I like to be like degraded and like treated like I'm a piece of shit, as opposed to being
Yeah,
like,
it's different.
Talked to like.
Yeah, it's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm sorry. Yeah. That actually,
it's more physical. Other ones more emotional.
Chris, if I could give you kind of a reference, he likes
Yeah. Please.
kind of
Yes,
when we
please.
did the Findom video. But what he doesn't like and what TED Talks do are kind of like what we do to our viewers.
Sorry, what?
Clears things right up for me.
That gives you like a better
Thank
idea.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I feel
Kind
like
of
that doesn't
talking
really-
down to them and making them feel like shit.
I fear possibly, I guess, becoming too smart. Because I'm already kind of up there. Like
That's
a
a big worry. You should be worried.
I do.
about that,
I
think,
intimidate a
yeah.
lot of others. I think that's a lot of the reason why a lot of people don't talk to me and don't like. I'll ask people to hang out or
Yeah.
whatever, and they'll say, I'm busy, or it's just us going
It's just
tonight.
us.
We weren't really trying to bring any more people. We don't have room in the car. Whatever people say, right? I
And
get
it's
I get
not
that that's
because he's
because
too
I'm very
smart.
smart, and they don't want to be like overwhelmed by my brain power
It's
and
not.
shit. And so I don't want to get even
it's not.
smarter, really, because then that's just going to intimidate people further from me. And it's already tough, so I can't even imagine what this is going to do to me. But it's the price to pay for knowledge.
Okay, well, I think personally, I would maybe like you a bit more if you were less stupid. So I think
I
it'll
would tend
be
to
a good
agree.
week for you.
You
Yeah.
are pretty dum-dum in the head. You're like a
He's
little
dumb.
coconut
He's
boy.
dumb for sure. You know.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
Your head's like a turtle. It's a hard shell, but it's gross in the middle.
That's
Yeah, it's like nasty, and you can make it into soup if
Yeah.
you live in like Alabama. I'm sorry, Alabama. I didn't mean to do that.
They can't read, so they can't listen to podcasts either. It just goes right over their
95%
heads.
of our audience is from Alabama, and I do apologize that you marry your family and you eat turtles, and it's
I'm so
fine,
sorry that you only have
but
3
I
fingers.
apologize. I'm sorry
'Cause of all the
I'm
inbreeding.
sorry.
I think Alabama's really nice. So bold stance. I have no stereotypes to drop on any groups of people. So
Fine, continue with what you were saying.
I just have 2 problems with what Sam said. Going back a little bit now,
Okay.
he compared my head to that of a turtle. First problem, I guess, to address them in order. It's not. So
It is.
Okay, get that one
It
out of the way.
definitely Is.
So rebuttal alert, rebuttal
It wasn't
alert.
rebuttal,
It's
really,
not
though.
a turtle head. Got you there.
'Cause
And
2 people agreed, and you didn't really.
well, the rebuttal alert was dropped. I didn't drop it, but somebody pressed the rebuttal alert button. Oh,
You did
What's
drop
that? Here
it.
it comes again. Rebuttal alert.
You specifically
Somebody
did
just
drop it.
somebody just dropped it
You
again on the
dropped
table,
it.
so not my choice, but
Okay.
there it was. And number 2, you called the inside of a turtle gross, and I think that's very, very inconsiderate and ignorant.
accurate.
It's not. I
Accurate.
had a turtle once, so
Okay, and what was its insides like
disgusting.
when you opened it up?
Yeah, it was, well, that's
So you did open it up. So you opened your turtle up.
Well,
you
yeah,
opened,
so
you
you
opened
opened
him
a
up,
turtle,
and you
that's
saw the
disgusting.
inside of him.
I thought
You're
it
a
was
You
like
fucking
killed the
sadist.
goddamn turtle.
That's a-
You killed a fucking turtle.
I thought it was like
Bro.
pants. You can take pants off. Why can't you take a shell off the turtle? I take my pants
Well,
off.
it's time to change.
Almost every day.
Shelly, it's time to change. Shelly, you've been wearing that shell for a couple days.
God damn, I like had a hermit crab a few months prior, so I thought I understood how it worked. Every now and then I'd get a new shell and my hermit crab would switch. I just thought Shelly wasn't comfortable switching, so I helped him, but I didn't. So if this is any indication, I think it's become apparent. It's become disturbingly clear. We need daily TED Talks. We could use a little knowledge, mostly those 2, but all of us. I
I'm
suppose.
pretty sure that was a very scholarly conversation we just had.
Jenny, did you have an initial fear? Did you want to drop one initial fear before we move on here?
I agreed. I think I'm gonna like have problems finding one that I'm really interested in.
Really?
Or wanting to change in the middle and then not being sure if that, like, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
I get that. I think
It's a
mine
little
is
bit of a
honestly
fear.
the opposite of that, because I think that there's so many TED Talks that I'm going to feel like, okay, well, I have 7 days, and if I'm being forced, I should really, enjoy this and relish that there's so many to choose from. What if I make the wrong choice and I watch what I don't like?
Yeah, that's almost exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Okay,
it is
so
what
we're bonding then, I guess. Would you say that?
No, I don't want
That's
to.
against her code.
What type of music do you enjoy to listen to and whatnot?
Whatever you don't like, mostly.
I like Celtic rap.
Ah.
Me too, Sam. That's awesome that we can like bond about that. That's
I
cute.
like it too.
that.
I like it
That's
too.
awesome. I was just kidding, idiot. You like stupid music.
Now we're
Yeah, that's-
friend about your mother gonna fuck.
Please stop this.
Let me throw a little curl at you. Let me throw a little noodle your way. This segment right here, one of the people's favorites. They demand this one. This is
Oh my god.
the public humiliation.
Hey, I'm gonna humiliate you.
Sam likes that though. We just figured that out.
This is our chance to sort of blast each other, if you can imagine that. Us, right? Wild. Who's gonna
Blast me.
fail this week? Who needs it the most? Who sucks? Let us have it, but stay on subject, of course. Jenny, start us off.
me real quick. Tell me how I'm a piece of shit.
Sam is rubbing his nipples on camera.
Humiliate me.
Jenny, did you want to start us off then and maybe humiliate Sam? I think
I think Sam's nipples are weird.
Weird.
I've seen them.
that's true.
I think they're a
They're
weird
so
shape
weird.
and size.
So weird.
But sorry, specifically on subject, who needs the TED Talks the
I
most?
think this one's easy. I don't really think that like anyone's gonna fuck it up necessarily. I think Chris will probably be annoying about it, so I guess I'll humiliate him preemptively for that.
I am
Or
not
like
looking
trying to
forward
brag
to
about
hearing.
doing the best somehow.
I'm not looking forward to hearing Chris talk about how many stock and like
Yeah,
business
right?
TED Talks how much he's learned.
I implemented all of
Don't
mine. You guys
speculate!
didn't
Don't
implement
speculate!
yours. Like, shut up, bro.
Stop it! You're speculating! Like my speculative stocks, though, if you do want to hear about my options that I've been trading this week, a lot of speculative stuff,
Stop.
honestly.
Stop.
Recovery stocks are looking promising.
Chris,
I've had a list of them that I've been like planning on watching for a while, but I just haven't gotten to it, and I'm kind of excited to get to those.
Yeah, me too, because it's like, when am I regularly gonna watch them? How about never? But now, how about this week, right?
yeah, like sometimes I'll get on a weird string where like I see one on my like YouTube recommended and then I'll watch a bunch of them. But that's usually
I
only
think
for,
Jenny's
like, a
gonna
day,
watch
and then I never watch them again.
weird fucking ones. I guess that's my blast.
I think so as well.
I
I'm
agree.
excited for
Jenny
that,
will
though.
like fall into rabbit holes where she'll learn so much so fast about shit that like literally matters to no one in the world and nobody wants to hear about it or know about it, but she does. And so that's what I
It's a
think she's gonna
5-hour
do this
thing
week.
about how caterpillars climb.
Yeah,
She's
sure.
gonna learn all about how caterpillars climb shit.
I do know a lot about silkworms. If you guys are ever
Oh
interested.
god,
in
I didn't mean
that.
to open. Sorry, Chris, I didn't
I
mean to
know a
open
lot
that can of
about
Oh my
worms.
God.
cockroaches.
And, like, the
I know a lot
interworkings
about, pretty
of,
much
like,
any bugs.
Mushroom species in New England and like
Oh my
the-
God.
That's pretty
bro.
cool though.
Yeah,
It's not.
like spore communities and shit. Like it's really
spore
interesting.
communities. Even that term, like nobody
could do
says
a lot
spore
of-
communities.
we
That's
could
not.
talk
There's no
about
community.
mushrooms.
Hey,
For, like-
hey, I feel like I might miss a day.
Yeah, Sam's
feel like
Sam's my dumbest friend, so I think that could be tricky for him to learn stuff this week.
But
Yeah, he is stupid.
But I also am
He is
constantly
dumb.
I'm constantly intaking media though, so I feel like it won't be. I think I might do well this week because I'm.
Exactly, you're an
already gonna be
encyclopedia of
watching shit.
entertainment. We always say that.
Mm-hmm.
It's your saying, right? If you applied your brain to something in the world of
important or
Importance.
anything, like,
Something that's, like,
useful or
necessary,
cool
yeah.
or
that you'd be
awesome.
rather successful.
I can quote the entirety of Game of Thrones to you right now if you
It's
like.
exactly
though.
right. Somebody could say a line from season 4, episode 17 of 30 Rock, and Sam would hear it from down the block and say, "I love when Frank says that to Pete." And then they'll be like, "Who are you? Who are you?" And you'll say, "Isn't it funny when Lutz comes in after that? And Liz Lemon?" I'm honestly quite interested to see what everybody comes back with. I think we're going to be in rather different categories of what TED Talks we're watching this week. So as far as ground rules go, I think kind of
Entomology
leave it open,
TED
right?
Talks over here.
They have to be official TED Talks on wherever we're watching the TED Talks channel, or I don't know what network makes TED Talks, but I'm sure you can watch it on their website
No
too.
Todd Talks.
Yeah, no, of
No
course
Todd
not.
Talks.
No chance.
But I really like Todd Talk.
Todd
dude.
may not speak
Todd
this week.
Talk's
Not
really
this
good.
week, unfortunately. It has to be, I don't know what the time range is, but obviously, like that article said, at least 15
I
minutes.
don't think it needs. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think we need a time range
Yeah,
because I think
listen,
they're all.
you
like,
can learn more in 15 minutes than some other things that talk for an hour. So just watch
Yeah.
good things, learn good things. This is a fun one. I think this is a valuable
Yeah,
one, and
I'm
I think,
excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you on the other side of the war.
I will say I am very scared about us coming back and having a discussion about who won because of how
too, me
wildly
too.
different our TED Talks are going to be. So that is a fear.
I'm afeared of that as well.
I'm a fearing too. I'm a fearing man on that one.
Fun news from Sam incoming.
Just a little fun thing for the listeners. We will be together next week.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Next week.
Oh my God, yeah, because you're like, I don't know, coming down from Stupid Town.
Coming down from Stupid Town. Yes, he is. Yes,
And we will be able to have an actual discussion in person, and I'm gonna be very grabby.
He is
He'll be
very grabby.
He's always grabby.
Very
when we see him.
grabby.
He just grab.
Oh my God, you don't want to get this guy in an office because he is very
That's what
problematic.
the restraining order's for.
Hey, HR, it's Sam again. Classic Sam.
Ah, damn it! All of our we're already out of forms.
Oh, you're funny, Sam. Oh my God. Jenny, let me not leave you out. Okay, a lot of headroom on your shot, but you're very funny too. Very funny girl.
No, what I'm actually recording on, it looks a lot better.
Okay, I like to hear it. But hey, I think it's worth noting you two look very beautiful. I don't know if it's the shitty quality on the call we're on right now, but you look very sexy and handsome, both of you alike.
Hurtful.
Alrighty, well listen, a week of TED Talks awaits us. We will be TED Talk aficionados on the other side of this. Hopefully learned folk, scholars, in some senses of the word.
Scholarly indeed, I would say.
I think that about does it. That's the gist, right? TED Talk a day. You get it.
And we'll be back in 7 days to TED Talk about it.
I hated that. Lovely. And Sam, maybe something will happen to you this week.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, bye, 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 bye.
It's the bye-bye, guys.
Stop it with the fucking Hamilton references.
Bye, guys. See you in 7 days.
7 days later.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back
Welcome
so
back.
much. We are so back right now. It's freaking crazy. And we are still from afar, safe, sturdy, soundly different than usual. But wait a sec. Pranked ya? Well, the audience is going crazy. Keep it down! Keep it down out there! Oh my God. It's
Calm down.
how short-lived I was alone. How short-lived.
Calm down.
For the listeners, we're all in the same room.
Oh, this could be very unclear because I said nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a visual guy.
For the listeners, we're all in the same room, as Sam just said.
Yeah, we just all sat down at the same table.
We are.
It was awesome.
If you picture this right now. We were apart, right? Okay, so last week we were from afar, right? And their cute little portraits were on little dolls next to me, but now we're together in person.
It's kind of creepy.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
No? Can you okay.
Okay.
That's what counts right now, is because
Yep,
visual medium, some people don't picture in images, they picture in words.
Really?
Yes.
Oh God, shut up.
So we've been ticking on the TED Talks.
We have been talking like TED, but more so watching those who talk at TED.
Talks.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
TED Talks. Wow, we are changed people, I would say.
I'm feeling very inspired.
Full 360, I would say, did a full 360.
You may notice I'm speaking a little bit better.
Before we get all clocked in, now that we are together again, I've been checking our TikTok, our Instagram, our YouTube, everywhere where you guys can reach out to us.
Yeah.
And I've been checking how many pats on the back
Oh, you fuck.
have been built up. And I have a
Okay,
total
we have a
here,
little
and I just want to
tally.
make sure we get the name of, give them a quick shout out.
Can I put like a sweater on if
No.
this is what we're gonna...
No, you're in a
Oh,
tee.
fucking winter coat, maybe?
Wow, he's shaking.
Okay, I'm not shaking. Don't touch me. Just don't touch me. There's a lot of
Settle
PTSD
down, just settle
there.
down, just settle down. Justice Kozinko, I believe is his name. Justice Kozinko is his user. Thank you so much.
I'm familiar with his work.
I have counted before recently. We are up to 10 pats on the back.
So do you think we should maybe each grab a hand and then go for the pat?
This is not fair.
simultaneously.
This is not fair. This is...
I think we go on and off. You go, I go.
Okay.
I don't think we should do it now. Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thanks, everybody.
Oh!
Thanks for that.
Oh my
Keep
God.
sending them in. We love them.
You do love them.
Do you hear the dog? There's a barking dog because animals in the neighborhood are worried about me. The slaps were louder than I was. That was painful. And it's still...
I'm glad we got it out of the way, though.
Happens to be a warm day today, so it's the first day in like 2 weeks that I haven't worn a thick sweater, and perfect timing for you to get through to my thin little body.
Yeah, he's so thin. He's a
My
little
thin
body.
little back. How do you build just fat on your back? I want the rest of me to be slim and trim, but my back, I want to build up a layer of fucking blubber so it doesn't hurt when you guys touch me anymore.
Well, what you do is after you eat something really fatty, you got to do like a loose, like a shake to the back, so it all just you sort of like
Oh,
build it
okay.
up. And also, if you get in a spinny chair but you face the opposite direction, you spin around and it pulls
Gravity.
the centrifugal force.
Centrifugal
pulls it to the
force.
back.
I was also
Yeah,
gonna say
okay, yeah,
centrifugal
yeah.
force. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like something you could potentially hear talk about in a TED Talk
Oh,
to
yeah.
stir us right back on track. Stir. stir. The soup is ready. Dinner. Anyway, let's jump right along. Describe your experience at large to me with a one-word summary.
There are so many words in the English language, and I only have one to describe it. Oh man, it must mean it's time for the one-word sum-up segment.
One word to describe your experience this week, please. Sammy, start us off.
Inspiring.
Inspiring. Very good word. Very good work. Hit or miss. That's not one
That's
word.
2 words. Actually,
There's
that's
dashes.
3.
There's dashes. There's dashes. We'll
There's
call it
3
like a
words,
hybrid
actually.
word.
So
okay.
you're saying that better off better is 1 word.
Wow, imagine
Yeah.
not being
Same.
able to just pick one word.
Okay. Okay. So like
Yikes.
maybe like
Yikes.
volatile. Yeah.
Volatile?
We'll say
No,
volatile. You're right.
Okay.
We should switch that up. And volatile is my word. Jenny.
Well, I have 2 options.
Great.
So
It's really easy rules. Just choose one.
one of them would be so in 2070, I think that SodaStream will do for soda what 3D printing has done for assault rifles. And my other word would be intriguing. So I guess pick whichever
Okay.
one you would like
I guess
to go with.
I'll probably go with intriguing.
I think intriguing is a good one.
Personally, I think one or the other.
I think
really,
the
I
other
think
one is
maybe the first
intriguing.
one's probably good. I think I would probably pick the first one. I think
I would think
our viewers would
I
probably
actually do have
pick
a
the
follow-up
first
question
one.
about
but-
the first one. Can you elaborate just a little bit?
Minor bit.
well,
really.
this is kind of the one word
is-
sum up, so
you're
I
right,
wouldn't really
you're
want to
right,
give like
you're right,
more
you're
than a
right.
word.
We'll talk after, we'll talk
She
after.
can get a little
Yeah.
wordy too, so
Yeah.
be careful.
Yeah,
what you wish
so-
for there. Jenny gets very political when it comes to soda and
Soda
rifles
Stream
and stuff.
specifically.
Generally,
So let's.
she's not like a
Are
politician.
you red or
like-
blue? Coke or Pepsi? That's the question.
That's the big. That's the
That's
big.
the age-old question,
Yeah.
I say.
That's the big-
God himself once asked it.
It's a little weird too because Pepsi's logo has red in it.
You remember, we used to be mad religious back in the day. And so we had a church we would go to every Sunday. We'd throw
Missionaries,
down.
if you will.
Not really. But we used to throw down
Mormons.
Sundays, little church action. And then one day we saw, remember, Father Eric was drinking a Pepsi.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
oh my God, I have never seen the like crosses burn like that. It was like a
Immediate.
I have a little confession. Say it's time for confession time with Sam. Confession time with Sam. I like to shake my soda. I like a
I do
flat
too.
soda.
Yeah.
I love a
if
flat
I
soda.
need soda, like if I need it,
again, you're at a table full of sickos, so of course we all agree with that. We like flat soda. We like watching TV in bed and to kill. And we like
hey, we don't like that second one after 2 episodes ago.
To
or
watch
3
TV in
episodes
bed? That's
ago,
true,
Or
that's
4
true.
episodes ago. Or
Okay,
whatever
we
it was.
like flat soda. We like to ignore texts for long periods of time and stay alone by ourselves. And we like to murder. We like to kill people. Well, then they're friends, family, those close to me physically right now, which is beautiful.
third one, I'd say
by
the
the
third
way,
one.
please put your hands before us for the first time in a while. For those listening and not watching, our hands are placed centrally, closely touching on the wooden duck that lies before us on our table. On this duck, we swear our honor. Swear along with me, friends. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, all of the truth. If I were to lie, then shall me too do. I will die. Because honor is amongst us. Truth is important, and without truth, we have no honor, and without honor, we are none. Hands off the duck. That is the honor being sworn, the truth being sworn. Now we can freely talk about our experience without fears of people lying.
Except
First
for
up,
Chris, who sometimes lies.
please hit me with your moment of truth.
Oh! Tick. Stop! It's truth time.
It's truth time is right. This is our chance to declare our fuck-ups for the week.
It's motherfucking truth time.
Truth time. Who fucked up this week? Jenny.
Begin.
Start us off again, sure.
I watch a TED Talk every day, sometimes 2. So I'm good. They were all with the time frame, whether it was one video or multiple, was over 15
That
minutes.
was what I was saying, yeah.
I agree completely. No
Okay,
direct fuck-ups, except kinda.
Oh.
I did
Well.
watch, and I wasn't that I was dreading it or anything. I didn't forget either. I was like, oh, I gotta do a TED Talk. And I literally had the tab open, and then it was like 12:45, and I was like, oh shit, they might get technical right now. And I watched it immediately.
12:45.
Yeah.
12 is technically the next day. So the day, do you not know the like a clock? It
No,
changes at 12, not at 1.
But are
So
we
if
going by...
if we're going on
So-
like,
Are we going
like,
Eastern Standard Time, or do you guys go by Pacific?
Where are
Standard?
you? Where are you in relation to this
Emotionally, yeah, definitely. I'm LA all the way. I'm like the LA guy. I just don't live there.
These fucks are very off track.
He took it and he kept running.
You're a taker, I'm a giver.
You stuck a stick in his spoke, and he just kept on rolling, if you will. That was eloquent as fuck.
It wasn't that eloquent.
I think it
That
was. I think you kind of ruined it with that last
as
little bit.
fuck.
It wasn't.
this bitch be eloquent.
She
Oh, who said that?
That fucking pinky up in the air. This bitch
Yo,
eloquent.
who said that?
Guys, I actually don't think she's that eloquent. Hey, eloquent guy, you're right. Let's side up with you because she's not eloquent.
eloquent and elegant. Yo, she looking fine with it.
She's got no e's to describe her.
God, thank you.
Except egg. She's eggy. She's got a lot of yolk on her, huh? Socially? Yup. Physically? She's eggy.
So, yeah, I guess you could say that I potentially, mayhaps.
That may come into play later
Fucked up a
because
little bit.
I did not fuck up either. I did a TED Talk every day. Again, like Jenny said, sometimes 2 when they were 9-minute, like a 10-minute or 9-minute ones that weren't 15.
I didn't realize how many are below 15 minutes. Oh,
Yeah.
most of them. I would
Most of
say.
them
Yeah.
are. And then some of them are like an hour and a half.
And I'm like, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's ironically about time management, which is weird.
Yeah.
I found one that was an hour and a half that was about time
I think
management.
I saw that same one.
And I couldn't find the time for it.
Went well for me.
Went well for me.
Well,
Went well for all of
I
thee.
really, that's a bummer for you.
Me and ye and ye
Yeah, that
and
sucks
me.
because since we all did it, we have to get technical.
We do have to get technical.
But maybe we could sing.
12:45 is a new day. And you did not watch a TED Talk on that day was previously mentioned. It's a new day that you watched a TED Talk and it's not the same.
I guess we're all inclined to our defenses. We all have a stance on the situation. Especially me. I'm justifying right now. I don't like being alone.
All right, shall we get into it?
We shall, Sammy.
Let's TED Talk results.
TED Talk results. Let's describe our
All right,
experience.
start the timer for me and I'll do my TED Talk. We all prepared one, yes?
Describe your experience at large.
So my TED Talks, I quite enjoyed them. I didn't bring the list of them because I'm
little sus.
stupid and I forgot it. I
can
could
you
maybe
discuss
ask
some of the
someone to
things
like
that-
take a picture of it for me. Yeah, so I watched a few. I watched 2 separate ones on like speaking and like word delivery while you're talking to people because I feel like I have a really big problem with telling stories and like not really doing that correctly. So I watched 2 separate ones about that.
Did you watch the guy? Sorry to interrupt. Did you watch the one with the guy who's bald?
Let me see him.
The bald guy.
Yes, I did watch that one.
I didn't love that one.
It was like not okay, but I watched another one that was better. It was better. It was more about like content of speaking rather than like the
We
way
won't
that
name
you're
any names because
speaking.
that would be a call out on to TED Talk when we're already doing
Yeah.
a full episode.
Yeah.
So,
And then I watched one about personal finances and how people in their younger years don't usually think way ahead into the future. And it was like all about personal finance stuff, which I thought was really interesting because like I'm kind of into that right now.
I could have given that one.
Awesome. I watched one on the economy and coronavirus just because I figured like I'll come up on the Times. So that one was like really long and not that interesting.
We know the feeling. Dig at Jenny. Ha ha ha.
Oh, I watched another personal finance one about like living a textured life on limited income just because I like was thinking maybe it would
That
be
would be
useful
interesting. I feel like
for
that'd be
like
interesting.
not, but it was literally,
boring.
it was just a woman complaining about like the things she can, it was really weird.
I don't like to listen to a woman complaining.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying what's going on right now. If that gives you any idea.
Dig! Oh my god, the first real life dig of the day, truly. Ka-chomp, ka-chomp.
Dig, can we carve into your table?
Carving in this table.
Probably not.
I also watched Are You a Giver or a Taker because it just popped up and the guy looked funny and I watched it and it was like it was about like giving and taking in the workplace, so it doesn't really apply to
You
me.
get in trouble. You get in trouble for that. I've heard. I've seen a few PSAs that you're not allowed to give and take in the workplace. Sex. I'm talking about sex. Giving and receiving sex at the workplace is what my joke was.
I was wondering how he climbed the ladder so fast at the restaurant he used to work at.
Yep. My Bible printing business. I'm now the head of the West Coast marketing because of sex.
I know, we've heard.
Yeah.
That's why you were, I mean, we were just like, yeah, Spotlight is pretty good.
Yeah.
But you were like, it's beyond good. Okay, you don't understand how good it is. You could never understand how good it is. It's so good.
We gotta prove that no one can get away with this. Not a cardinal or a bishop or even a freaking pope. That's a Mark Ruffalo reference from.
Sam is a pope now, though, just so everyone
He's
knows.
our pope
Sam's
for
the
sure.
new pope.
Wow, very detailed, Jenny. Very thorough. Thank you. I think, I gotta say, I watch a lot of things on information in general, like talks and like public. Like what is it called? Like panels? I don't know what the category of thing is, but like talks that people give, like business people
talks.
and marketing
Talks.
people. Yeah, so
Just
talks. I
talks.
watch a lot of talks, read a lot of things like that are people's kind of just like words put into text.
Talks.
But not a lot of specifically TED Talks. And I gotta say, I was almost unpleasantly surprised. It seemed
Because they're not all named Ted.
that for sure. That for
That's
sure.
weird.
That hurt me a little.
They're like, "Hi, I'm Adam Driver," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, Danson and Mosby are my two favorite TEDs. But anyways, they were almost like really baseline. Like, I watch a lot of things that are like hour and a half, like talks on very specific business things, very
Well,
specific
that's why
marketing
they're
things.
so popular. Is they're
Yeah,
very
they're
baseline stuff.
easy
They're
to, like-
very easy to digest.
It's like 15 minutes, and this is the thing about some stupid, intriguing title about business, or communicating like this will increase your public speaking. Whatever the thing is that's like the subject of the TED Talk isn't really what they talk about. And then sometimes it feels like they're kind of making a miniature version of a really big thing they just did.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a little
Or like-
TLDR.
Like, oh great, we can watch this and then buy their book, or we can watch this and then like go see their new movie that they just made a documentary.
I
about.
didn't
don't know.
see any of those.
Yeah.
I did.
Well, Adam Driver was there promoting Star Wars, and he was
Oh,
talking
yeah, yeah.
about the noises. He was like, okay, so when I'm on set, I really gotta, like, it's the hard at the beginning of the lightsaber opening, the ignition. It's like I actually learned it from and then it's smooth.
You did learn effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then the most
Then when
interesting
they
part,
hit?
the hardest one,
Yeah.
when the blades are like linked.
Sam did all of the sound effects for Star Wars, actually.
Wars, yeah.
All of them.
Fun fact
Right.
about Star Wars: do you know the blaster sound
Yeah.
in Star
Yeah.
Wars? You can probably
Yeah.
cut this out, but it's a fun fact. I thought it was interesting.
You're selling
I'm
me.
you
sure
know,
it
like
won't
the
be
telephone,
interesting.
you know
I'm
the
sure it won't
telephone
be.
poles.
Uh-huh.
You can invite me or not invite me. I'm fun. Like, I'm fun, but you don't have to invite me if you don't want
Go
to.
ahead. Tell us the fun fact. I'm sure it's going to be super fun. I'm sure
No,
I'm
go
going to love
ahead.
it.
So, you know telephones, right?
How long is this fun fact going to take?
I guess 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so you know the telephone poles. You know those little things that hold
fun
up
so
telephone poles,
far?
like the metal cord, and they're very taut, and they only have like a yellow thing wrapped around it, so it doesn't say.
Yep.
The sound designer actually hit those with rocks and various things to make the blaster noises in Star Wars, like the pew 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 pew. Fun fact.
Are you serious? Do you want to get out of here?
I mean, obviously,
That was
let's
like the
go
most
wax some
fun fact
poles.
I've ever seen in my life,
what I
bro.
say.
It was pretty fun, but come on, don't leave. It was a good fact. You're right,
guys,
on.
come back.
I want to hang out too. It was awesome, that fact. A little underwhelmed with the like depth of what's actually talked about, but still very interesting subjects and interesting people for the most part. So I enjoyed my TED Talks that I watched.
Are you not going to talk about the ones that you watched?
That's what we were. Yeah, I thought we were doing.
That was like the whole point of the segment.
Yeah, totally.
Is mostly just say the ones.
I
you-
watched one that was like some dude from.
just the names. I just did the names.
Nantucket.
So I watched one on the idea of focus, which was pretty interesting by a guy, Chris Bailey. Watched one on marketing, watched one on sales. I watched one on motivation, and then one that was like some weird science one. Sammy, what you got from this experience?
I really enjoyed it. I really liked having like something specific that I would watch during the day when I was like waking up and getting like started with my day.
Oh, you were a morning watcher.
Yeah, I would watch them in the morning, and then maybe if I was like I was still itching for a little more talk. You know what I mean? I would watch some like in the evening, and if I really liked some, I would be like, hey little sister, hey mother, check this TED Talk out. It's really good.
Excuse me, little sister, who I know the name of and is not stolen. Please come to watch this video with me.
Hurry,
we don't
get
need
over
to say
here.
yes.
Get over here, and then I grab her by the chain and I drag her over.
Yeah.
I watched one on it was by a girl named Ada Goodeve.
I don't give a shit. What was it about?
Okay. Unconditional self-worth. I thought it was good.
You loving yourself?
Yeah, and it
you
was
trying to
very
love yourself
inspiring.
more?
Okay.
I like
Trying
that.
to love yourself
You did
more?
walk with a little more pep in your step today, and I feel, frankly, you should have left that at the door.
Should we make fun of him a little?
A little bit. I watched one about happiness. I
a
watched
theme
one
growing here.
by the girl who played Arya Stark. She did one about don't strive to be.
Am I right?
Don't strive to be famous, strive to be talented, and she talked about that.
Easy to say when she's famous.
Yeah, I watched one about spending too much money. It was from this like college kid who was like super skinny, and he didn't quite fit into his shirt, and it was kind of funny. And he's talking about
Cute.
spending too much money, guys. And I was like, wait, you are spending. I am spending too much money. College kid
Yeah,
that's
you
younger
are
than me.
spending too much money.
A Skill of Humor, I watched one that was about that. Wasn't very funny.
Didn't
ironically.
work. Didn't work.
Wasn't very funny. But yeah, those are a few that I watched, and a lot of them I
That's
really
awesome.
liked, but we already discussed. One that I really didn't like was the one who was like, how to talk so people will listen, and it was so stupid. And he
Yeah.
broke it down. He's like, okay, so you want to warm up your voice before you have a conversation.
And he made everyone do the warm-ups.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's fucking
So we
dumb.
did watch the same one. That one was fucking stupid.
think
That one was
somebody-
short, too.
Yeah.
I hate
You think
that.
somebody that's really funny is out being funny or talking
Making
about
a
how to
TED
be
Talk,
funny?
yeah.
It was Eddie Murphy. That's a very hot take again.
Hey, the joke about his aunt falling down the stairs is still the hardest I've ever laughed at a stand-up.
Anyways,
No, I'm commending him on making a funny joke, and he should really be happy that I'm giving him the time of day.
Just a little bit more about the experience at large. That's what, listen, my word hit or miss, really, truly the best word probably anybody's ever dropped on this show.
It
very,
is true.
Very good word. Because there were
mean,
some
it's
that I
3
was like,
words,
oh, fuck. That
Yeah.
was like a really well-used 20 minutes, and I actually learned things. And that's sick. Like, if you can do a good, whether it's motivational or educational talk in 20 minutes, that's great. And
Yeah.
those ones are like really, really cool.
Yeah.
I wish I just had like, I wasn't going off a list or whatever. I was just kind of searching, and then the ones that looked cool I watched. But maybe if there's like a really good list of, these ones are really good, these ones aren't, and then I would probably not go through the ones that aren't.
Yeah.
How about that for a hot
okay,
tip?
so what I did,
Yeah.
because I found a similar thing, and I ended up shutting a few of them off before I finished them because they just were fucking. They were just
there are some bad ones.
Like, I looked up, like, oh, like, best TED Talks ever, or, like, best TED Talks of 2020. But I found that those were the worst ones that I saw, in fact. They had some fucking terrible ones that were like, oh, these are the best TED Talks. It was just stupid stuff that I didn't care about. But I guess it's, like, also hard because it's really specific whether you're interested in it or not.
I was a little bit more with certain ones. I was aware of things that I do, like
Yeah, when it's
self-worth and the
self-things.
happiness and like things like that, and how my mind works
Yeah,
and
that
how
you're, like,
I'm
too
negative.
happy.
And I was like, oh, they sort of touched on that, why people do that and how to like help combat it.
Yeah, and for some reason they mentioned like that most sadness comes from toxic people around you, and when they're like belittling and argumentative and like that they're mean and they're not supportive, like shit like that I always hear. And I haven't experienced anything like that.
Shut up.
Like toxicity.
Just stop talking.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
so done listening to you.
So I frankly didn't buy into it. It definitely, clearly made me smarter.
So smart.
Made us
All
smarter.
right, I want to get into my favorite one.
Yeah, can we talk about
Yeah.
that? Because I really, really liked my favorite
Yeah,
one.
let's do it. Let's do a little drum roll. Drum roll. Jenny, what was your fave?
It was this cute little guy. He was really cute, and I liked him a lot. And it was called 100 Days of Rejection. And it was super. It was really cool. I'm gonna send you guys the link, and I think everybody should watch it. Maybe we'll throw a link in there somewhere. I don't know. But it was this guy who lived in China, and like Bill Gates or some shit like came and did a talk, and he like decided, I want to make a company. Like, I'm gonna like be this huge thing, whatever. And then like flash forward like 15 years, and he's now living in America, and he like hasn't done anything. And he realized that, I think it was like he read some book, and he realized like he's not doing those things because he just hasn't done those things. Like it's you just need to do it.
That
and
sort of
start.
ties into my favorite one too.
So he did this thing that he called 100 Days of Rejection, because he like watched something that was like 30 Days of Rejection, like just go out and ask people things that are like crazy that they probably won't do, just so you can learn how to like take rejection. It was so cool. It was like a really weird like topic to talk about, but it was super cool, and it was like my favorite one because it was like really personal and interesting rather than just being like baseline like I feel like a lot of them are.
Chris, what was your favorite?
Me numero uno. That's number one. Sammy, I know you're kind of like Mr. Vermont. You're like, oh, English only. My fave was, it was this dude who, I think he was one of the two partners of this company that they sold like some weird beach towel or something. I don't know, some stupid product. But the dude, I actually knew him. He was on Shark Tank. He pitched on Shark Tank and got a deal, whatever.
Love that
whatever.
shit.
Yeah.
Love that shit.
But before that, like the reason, like they were on Shark Tank after they were already rather successful. So the deal was like no question. But anywho, his whole thing was basically about building a successful startup. And his was about why theirs was so successful. His argument was the reason they were so successful was because they had no money to start. And that's like how they learned everything they learned about like clever marketing and like guerrilla sales.
So,
And
I get it. It's like, so if you're eating, But if you're starving to death and you have like a grain of rice, you're doing really well food-wise because you had no food before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think makes you a better hunter in the woods? Having a bunch of food in a backpack?
It's that thirst.
You
Yeah,
teach a man, you give a man a fish and he eats for a day, but you teach a man to fish and he eats for a lifetime.
I'm pretty sure that's about a horse and water. I think you got the two mixed up.
You buy a jug of milk, you drink for a night. You get yourself a wife, you drink for life.
You buy yourself a cow, you drink for your life. You buy yourself a wife, you get nagged at and you want to get a divorce. And 50% of marriages end in divorce and you're unhappy and you're stuck there and she has a kid and you can't tell her to get rid of it because her body.
My favorite video
Yeah.
was about procrastination. Really good video, and he broke down like it was sort of like a personal story on his like college thesis. He started out with like where he procrastinated a lot. He would always do the papers right before deadline, but then the thesis came and you're supposed to spend a whole year on the thesis, and he broke down like a timeline of like when he was supposed to start, do more as at the end. And then he ended up writing his entire essay in 3 days. His entire 90-page essay in 3 days. And it didn't go well. He sort of broke it down in there's a driver at the like in your brain, the rational decision maker. There's a monkey that's sort of like instant gratification. And that's instant gratification, and then which is like it was a really cool way he broke it down because he's like, well, okay, I should do this. The rational thinker's in control and things get done. But then if the monkey comes out to play, you will just immediately just like go off tangents and you'll like, well, I have to scroll through YouTube for 6 hours. I have to scroll through YouTube. I have to like do a lot of research on the latest season of Modern Family. I have to do blah, 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 blah. And then, well, there just won't be that much time. There won't be that much time for me to actually get work done. And then he's like, the only thing that scares the monkey is the fear monster. And it's like, that's what gives you the instant motivation to like, with procrastination is to like, pull like 2 all-nighters writing a paper 3 days before it's go because you're worried about being like judged or being thing or like it's going to affect you in a negative way.
So you're saying we should all be more paranoid all the time.
Imagine a little piggy's the monster. A cute
Yeah.
little,
Sorry, I just have the monkey.
That was my favorite one.
Well, it sounds like you guys had a lot of flaws you had to deal with. It was just kind of the root of the TED Talks you researched, which I get. That's cool. That's cool. So to, become flawless, I guess, would be the goal. But when it's somebody that starts at like a really, really strong baseline,
at a high level,
it's kind of a different genre of what I'm actually watching. So that's why mine were better watches than you guys.
Yeah, so you
because I'm not trying to fix a problem. I'm trying to add to the solution.
You're saying that you start kind of up here and then you drop like Tesla, right?
Oh, I was about to make that joke!
Let's move on.
It's the big, good, the bad, the ugly. All those withdrew. You thought I was going to make it lose. It's
We've been pranked.
good, bad, good, bad, and the ugly, and the ugly.
The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. This is our chance to sum up our thoughts on the week as a whole with a nice, steady, fluent, good, bad, and ugly about watching TED Talks every day for a week. What we learn, what we experience, put it simply. Sammy, hit us with the good.
The good, it brought a sort of self-awareness to certain things. And it sort of made you think about things you wouldn't think about before.
So would you say it kind of improved your perspective?
Yeah,
would kind of be a
improved
smart guy's
perspective,
way of saying that. Yeah.
I like that.
Because it sounds much better than what he said. I completely
Could
agree.
I
like it too.
add on
Yeah, of course.
with like
So
a
his
sub
good? Yeah, sure.
Because I just think that it's really nice for anyone who doesn't watch a lot of TED Talks. It's nice that they have such a huge range of them that like you can really find things that you're interested in.
They've got quite a business model, don't they? Sounds like what you're saying. And of course, Jenny, what would you say the bad was watching TED Talks every day?
I would say that the bad, I guess, is just suffering through those ones that aren't that good. There's a lot that are kind of really surface level and don't go deeper into the things that you're interested in learning about or kind of veer off the path of what the title was. And I feel like those are the ones that are just kind of bad, you know?
So watching not great TED Talks.
Yeah.
More concise way.
Okay.
Well, that's a good bad. So that's actually a really strong bad. Really good. So the misses would have to be the bad. Definitely well said.
Okay, thank you.
But the ugly, dear friends, the ugly watching TED Talks. Now, this is a creative one, okay?
I'm sure.
And I've noticed this amongst, just in general, throughout the pandemic because I've been trying to learn a plentiful amount of things, and I've seen a lot of different types of people, different walks of life, and it seems a category of person. Sometimes when saying that you're going to watch a TED Talk a day, that's great. But sometimes when you are prone to watching motivational things or reading motivational things,
not doing the thing.
it kind of becomes addicted to learning about doing the thing rather than ever doing a thing. And I think TED Talks can definitely fall into that trap because you think you're being productive by watching a TED Talk. And then it's like, oh, great, awesome. I did some work. I watched a TED Talk. Now tomorrow I'll watch another TED Talk. I'll be enriching my knowledge. But if it's one about motivation or procrastination or building something,
You're
and
kind
then
of
you're just
procrastinating yourself.
you're just pushing off the inevitable by tricking yourself into thinking you're doing something. And that's ugly.
You could say that you're becoming the TED that they're talking about.
Oh, man. And there it is. That's how you know, because we throw disses at TED around here. This ain't a sponsored TED. Fuck TED.
We hate TED.
We just like
Fuck
the
TED.
talks sometimes
Yeah.
when they're hits, not misses. Well,
All right.
Let me say, that was a profound Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I think we thought there. I think
down
we
with
came up
good.
with some
I
good
think
ones.
that this week has been very, very, yeah.
You got it.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Wow. Lovely, great, gubu, as we call it.
And now we move on.
Let's move on to a much less great moment of my life.
Biggest loser! I did it again!
You're a prank guy today. You're
I
like
did
Mr.
it
Frank.
again.
Sorry, let me clarify
Yeah, Sam.
to Dum Dum over here. This is the Biggest Loser. This is our chance to declare our champion of the week, our victor above all the rest, and our loser, the Sammy.
TED.
Our Ted, I like that. Our Sammy of the week, or our Ted of this week.
All right.
Our biggest loser. Let's start things off with a nice, quick, simple little vote. Round the table, pop a squeeze, pop an easy peas. Jenny, winner, loser, go.
Obviously, Chris lost. Chris is the TED.
It's like it's one of those things too where I think that he does have to.
Yeah, it's
It
on
was
a
tough, 'cause
technicality.
He still did it. It's a technicality. It's not
on
like
a
a hardest
technicality,
lose like
but-
a lot of his other losses. But
You don't even have to say that, so that's unnecessary.
Put vinegar in the wound, why don't we?
I really don't think I'm qualified to choose. I think that Sam and I should tie for best. And I think it would have been a 3-way tie if you had not had that
if he
technicality.
did that little itty bitty technicality,
I know,
I'm
it
really
really
sorry.
just puts you
I
like a
don't-
bump
normally
below.
I'm like normally when you fuck up and you lose, it's
Normally it's
valid.
big. Normally you fuck up and then you just the rest of it.
Yeah.
It's like a nipple on a boob. Almost smooth, but there's a nipple on the boob. Right? No, but that's
I
accurate.
actually think Chris lost by a lot now.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I think that he's actually a worse person.
Well, no, I
this
watched a
week,
TED
which
Talk
is
on
crazy.
metaphors and like building, similes and shit. And I used like. That's a simile.
Great.
All right. Everybody hold your freaking boos and whoos and hollers. I'm the loser, okay? And I know it disappoints everyone nationwide because I am like America's sweetheart, in a sense. I'm the European hero. I am Captain Transylvania, General Argentina. Call me Mr. Mexico. Come on, I'm like the French fucker. That's me. I'm all these things because I'm a man of many nations. But this week I disappointed them all because I watched one TED Talk at 12:45. So call me the loser. Great. I'm
It was
the
a
Sammy.
technicality, I will say.
And I vote you guys both win. I
Definitely
can't choose
technicality.
I can't choose a winner. I really truly, when I look in the mirror, I just see blackness. I just see the night.
Like Jenny when she
you don't
stands up.
turn the light.
Well,
light
yeah,
on.
because I can't find it in
Okay.
this bathroom because I moved. But I literally when I look in the mirror, I don't know where I am.
Yeah.
It's so dark in there.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, then let's just move on to the commencement. It's unanimous. I am a loser, a failure, a disappointment to everyone who's ever loved me. So let's commence, baby cakes. This is the commencement of the loser, which we are together this week, but we're sticking with the digital Sammy because we will be separated after today again.
Yes.
So we're between moving right now. We're making a big old move across the country. So we are working temporarily between seasons with the Digital Sammy.
Digital Sammy.
That means
Crunch.
the winner of every week gets to design the Digital Sammy for the loser. The loser is then forced to make all their screensavers, all their wallpapers, this said digital Sammy. That is their phones, their iPads, their computer screens, everything they're forced to look at on their day-to-day lives with the digital Sammy, which from our recent past has been rather disturbing, grueling, crueling photos. Sometimes of naked men in the shower, sometimes of feces. But the one commonality is they must have a picture of a sandwich in.
So what would
the
happen?
edit.
What would happen if me and Jenny both? Do we have to collab on an art piece?
I'd say collab. Create
Okay,
something
cool.
of beauty, something artistic in nature and spiritual in values, all those things.
And then you gotta have it on your phone.
I
'cause
do.
you
Get
lost.
it to me soon, man. Before the week is up, I say.
That's awesome.
Yes, indubitably, indeed. If you are watching right now, boom! That's this week's Digital Sammy. If you are
gross.
Oh, yucky. If you're listening, check the description on whatever you're listening to this on, and I will pop it in there for your viewing pleasure.
Great.
And that means I have but one more question. I have one more question for you, my good pals, my good confidants. What is that question, Fuzz? Are you better off, or better off worse?
Better off was. What are you today?
Woo! Sam!
I'd say I'm better off better.
Certainly.
Like I keep saying with the good and throughout the entire podcast, it made me more self-aware, more like focused, or whatever the fuck you said, the concise version that you thought was better.
Perspective. It added
it gave me more perspective.
I completely agree. Exactly. I would literally mirror you if I knew where the light was. Throwback. Full circle. That's improv. That's comedy. But
Yes,
seriously, but seriously, truly, better off better. I definitely recommend whether it's a TED Talk or a talk or just taking in information that educates you is always a good thing, I think. And TED Talks are a great concise way to do it. Better off better. I will continue doing this in the future.
I'm gonna piggyback that. Say maybe don't watch a TED Talk. Maybe just watch a talk. But better
That's
off
interesting.
better.
Yeah. I think the concept of a TED Talk. Yeah.
Yeah,
But just
just
find
ha-
things that you are interested in. is the
Finding
main
someone
thing.
who knows more than you about something you're interested
Whether
in.
it's Ted, Tom, or Hanky, watch anybody talk.
I love
Watch
Hanky
2070
Panky.
Paradigm Shift.
Amazing. Unanimous. Better off better. A full-scale Bob.
Better off better.
A full-scale Bob this week.
Full scale Bob.
Love it when
All
that
right.
happens. Amazing. Another episode. Whoosh! Down the can. Down the bucket. Rocket socket. Thank you all so much for listening, for watching, for doing all the things. If you want to support the cause, rate us 5 stars on iTunes. And if you do that, you will be entered into a drawing. A drawing of what, you may ask? Of what, Chris? A drawing of strange, peculiar, and rare Better Off Better official merchandise.
This piece of gum. Well, I'll take a little bite just so, all 3 of our DNAs are on it.
Yeah, just for you. Clone us, stone us, maybe even moan
Bone us.
over us. Or, that's better.
Yeah,
I
bone
like
us.
that. Yeah, bonus. We'll be
Bonus.
doing that once a month, making that drawing. So enter in a nice fatty 5-star rating on iTunes. We will love you for life on top of everything else. Wow.
You don't even just the 5 stars. You don't even have to say anything like that's particular to the podcast. You can drop a sick recipe in there as long as there's
That'd
a
be
5-star
nice.
over it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Or
Yeah, I would like to
if
know
you-
your
I
favorite
love
Or
some
recipe.
if I
recipes.
could suggest, the best option. Sorry, everybody, that your options were bad. Just write, give Chris a pat for me.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to.
I
do
would
that.
also
So I would
say
Probably
recommend
just
that.
avoid saying that.
pat
'cause
pat on
they
the
actually
back.
follow through, so I
back.
wouldn't do that. Follow us on all the things. We're everywhere. Friggin' Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, whatever.
Well, I guess join us next week when we vlog every day.
Vlogging every day, mon ami.
Yeah. Join us then. Boy, will that be fun, and you will love to see us once again. I'm sure.
Right, guys.
I hate this.
Bye, love you
I don't
all.
wanna
Bye,
do
love you
that.
all.
Love the
Bye.
Bobs.
It's finally over. Thank you for listening. See you next time.